Have you ever wondered what separates you from a queen? Come here, I'll tell you. A queen can feel anything and not fall apart. Hi, beautiful. It's Sue Veronica, and welcome to the space where passionate women come to heal, feel, and grow their strength with God. We are done surviving, and we are now becoming the queen that God has put us on this earth to be. And today we are going to talk about how you were made to be powerful, how I was made to be powerful. And the best verse to help us with this, I love this verse. It's 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. So if you have your Bibles, grab them. 2 Timothy 1:7. For God has not given us a spirit of fear and timidity, but of power, love, and self-discipline. You were not created to be timid and to be fearful. If you have a fearful thought, if you feel timidity in your spirit, then you know that does not come from God. And we don't respond to anything that doesn't come from God. Now, something that I think is really important here, especially as we are stepping into our queen energy and we are getting out of this playing small or being overreactive, we have to look at what it means to become a queen. What is the energy that a queen carries? This verse encapsulates all of it, right? We're talking about power. To be powerful is to not be a slave to your emotions. Love, meaning that you don't have to shut down to feel safe, to make sure that you're protected. Having an open heart, that comes from God. That is powerful. All these walls that we build up, and I'm including myself in this right here, okay? All these walls that we've built up because of the times that we've been slighted, or we see that things didn't work out for other people and we're afraid it's not going to work out for us, we are setting ourselves up for failure. We are setting ourselves up to always stay in the threshold and never get to the throne. When you can walk around in your power, not letting your emotions rule your life, walk around with an open heart, like you are the embodiment of love. You're not shutting yourself down for safety. And also that sound mind. So that is the woman who is regulated. She is clear. She is wise. This is queen energy. Now, I want you to think of the times where either it's been going really well and you're not being squeezed, you're not in a weird situation, or when it's going pretty terribly and you feel like you need to go into survival mode. Are you embodying these three aspects of queen energy? Are you showing your power? Are you showing up in love? And are you making decisions with a sound mind, with self-discipline? Because this is a big part of emotional regulation. Ladies, I'm telling you, when you can learn how to control your emotions, you will know how to control your life. Not how to control other people around you, because that's not the point, right? I mean, if you're trying to control other people around you, I think we need to go back to the drawing board and figure out what it is about yourself that you don't like, that you feel like other people need to respond to you the way that you want them to respond. Because this isn't about how other people respond to you, how other people take what you give. It's about how you show up in yourself, in your integrity, remembering that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. And you are not made with the spirit of fear and timidity, but of power, of love, of self-discipline, or a sound mind. So when we can emotionally regulate, that's when we understand that our emotions are just those internal messengers. They're not real. Emotions aren't real. They become real when you bring them into the physical. Like if you have a thought that makes you angry, that's all like in your mind. But when you let that anger out, when you overreact at something, or when you cower, you're bringing that into the physical when it didn't even need to be there, because it's not real. So we need to understand that our emotions are markers, they're messengers of our internal world, but they are not the final point. And that's where a lot of us just stop. We have the thought, we feel the emotion, and we let it out in whatever way that isn't conducive to us stepping into our queen energy. And then we learn to react to survive. And this just becomes a habit, okay? Our brains have not developed past the point of our ancestors that were out in the woods hunting, gathering, and needing each other to actually physically survive. We're not there anymore. So we perceive something as a disrespectful boss, a needy person, someone who is rude to us or breaks our heart. Lots of people flying today. I don't know if you guys can hear those planes, but I think it just makes the message more impactful. What do you think? But yeah, you might come across these people that make your senses and your sensors perceive that this is actually danger, but it's really not. It's just something that you don't want to deal with and your brain doesn't want to deal with. So it puts you in this reactive survival mode. And remember, being reactive can either be blurting out your emotion, not thinking before you respond, or it can be getting timid and turning inward and apologizing for existing. But queens don't do that. Queens don't react. They take their time. They speak with purpose. They speak with intention. They speak slowly. That allows for the very necessary pause that is needed in order to make sure that you are fully showing up in your authentic self. You being overreactive is not you being in your authenticity, because that did not come from God. That was a learned behavior that you saw from a parent, or that you picked up somewhere that you realized was a great coping mechanism, because you don't have to take on other people's crap. You're just dishing it back to them. But when you're dishing it back to them, you're giving away your power. You're giving away your energy at the same time. So you're not winning in that situation. And the one thing about a queen, she's gonna win, and she's gonna win every single time. And when we look at regulation, emotional regulation, there is wisdom, power, and spiritual authority within this regulation. If you want to get out of a place where you feel like your emotions are ruling your life, or maybe you don't even realize that your emotions are ruling your life, you're just feeling burnt out all the time, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, just burnt out, exhausted, like you're not in control of your life, like your relationships are spiraling out of control, like you can't make a sound decision, you are probably not in control of your emotions. I'm gonna say with surety, you're not in control of your emotions. So when we are regulated, we're rooted, we're calm, we're discerning, and we become our own safe space, because that is who God is. He is rooted, he is calm, he is discerning. He will never give you a message and have it instill fear into you. Even when it says in the Bible to fear the Lord, that just means to revere him, to praise him, to honor him in absolutely everything that you do, not to be afraid of him. So we've been talking a lot about how to, or what it is like to be in your queen energy, why you're not there yet. So let's talk about some ways that you can practically apply these today, like right now. So today, it's July 4th when I'm recording this, but whenever you watch this, to be able to get away from the spiral and get into your queen energy, just so you can live a better life. Daisy, you want to come say hi? I think Daisy wants to say hi. Maybe you'll see her on one of the videos. But a practical application that we can do is we can pause. So name it to tame it. Daisy, come say hi. Daisy, come here. Mama. Okay. So one thing that we can do is we can pause. We can name the emotion to tame the emotion. Hold on one second, y'all. I'm gonna let her in. She's wildin'. And you know, I'm thinking in my head, am I gonna edit this out? I don't think so, because this is real life. And you deserve to see real life. You deserve to see not so polished and perfect videos. So, practical applications to becoming that queen when you want to spiral. First thing we're gonna do, we're gonna pause. We're gonna name that emotion to tame it. So if you're feeling angry, pause, say it out loud. I'm feeling anger. Okay? Step one is done, because instead of reacting on that anger, you pause and you said out loud, I'm angry. So you already won that part of the battle. The next step is you're gonna breathe. I would love to get some 3 deep holy breaths from you so you can give your nervous system a rest. It doesn't go into that fight, flight, or freeze, and we can get to the next phase, which is to reframe what is happening to you. What is the wise response here? Why do you think this person is acting towards you the way that they are? Why do you think that this thing is happening to you? A quick reframe there is, why is this happening for me? What lesson do I have to learn here so I can get to that next level? Because that next level requires a new response. Because what I've been doing hasn't been working, because I'm not where I want to be, right? So pause, breathe, and reframe. I want you to take that into the world today, and I want you to use it because it helps and it will work. And if you would like to get a little bit more guidance here, I have a free pocket guide to help you get out of those states of anxiety, of angst, of overreacting, whether it's blowing up or blowing down. And the link is going to be in the description, where you can download my free little pocket guide that's just going to help you, give you gentle reminders of what to do in the moments when you're feeling overwhelmed. And it's going to talk about the habits that you're probably doing that are going to keep you stuck in this place where you don't want to be. Okay? So click the link in that description to get the free pocket guide. And please don't forget to subscribe, because we have so many cool things coming down the pike. And I love you so much, Flower. I'm praying for you. And until next we meet, be blessed.